has become exceedingly rare that on this channel I find something that I get to tell you guys is a must-watch. But if you've been following the drama with all these studios like Marvel and Star Wars and Disney, you need to see this show. Hey y'all, SnarkyJay cosplay here. So I've been going back and forth on making this video for a few weeks because I always feel really weird openly recommending anything, because I always feel like if I really endorse the shit out of something and people don't like it, it's almost my fault that they didn't like it. But I realized that that is kind of a dumb way of looking at things, because I spend a lot of time talking about shit that I don't like either, and somehow I'm okay with that. So I figure I want to talk to you guys about this new series that I just finished watching on HBO Max, and I had kind of mixed feelings about it from the first 2 episodes because I have kind of a weird relationship with comedy shows. So I wanted to wait until this one finished before I came and told anybody about it. And the series has honestly been such a breath of fresh air, and not just a breath of fresh air, but it's also been so true to what we're seeing happening at studios like Disney, like Marvel, like what's going on with Star Wars. It is such a clever satire, and it feels like it was made for the people like us that follow this kind of shit. So I'm gonna tell you guys the name of the series. The series is called The Franchise, and like I said, it's streaming on HBO Max. It's an 8-episode series. Each episode is about 20-something minutes, and essentially, the series follows a dysfunctional production team as they try to essentially make this movie happen. It is the next installment in a big superhero franchise, and what I love about the franchise as a series, there's phenomenal talent in it, and the interactions between people. You have characters like the AD, who's essentially the heart of the show and is constantly stressed and trying to make this thing happen. You have the high-ranking production guy who essentially tears the whole thing apart. And I want to acknowledge that the guy is named Pat and looks an awful lot like Kevin Feige. I'm sure that's a total coincidence, especially when they acknowledge that this fake studio within the show actually also works in phases, so I doubt this has anything to do with Marvel.
It's content time!
You also have like a seasoned theater actor who's been thrown into the superhero bullshit, and this young, incredibly insecure actor that reminds me an awful lot of myself.
Do you like me? I don't have one opinion on you. Kind of like a sexless potato.
I'm gonna jump off a house.
And the way that these characters play off each other, for the most part, is spectacular.
We're on a show together.
Sorry, who's this?
Adam was just ranking all the races in order of sexual attractiveness.
No, I wasn't though, but...
You have excellent energy. Pete Fairchild.
And the one thing that I really want to talk about here, this show is genuinely hilarious without any agenda pushing. The people are who they are, they stand for what they stand for, and there's nothing being shoved down your throat other than the satirization of the absolute bullshit state of movie production today. There is fan drama.
There's a thing in the air. You familiar with the woman problem?
What's that, the menopause?
Take a look at tech, though. Beef up that woman angle.
It is super important to empower you. Literally, more powers to you.
The fans are not going to like it.
There are production mistakes.
Come on, through the portal. Cut. Can you find me a goat that does comedy, please, Daniel?
Doug, can you call the agency? Yeah, I need the Armenian Richard Pryor, but a goat.
It's just absolutely an absurd show.
I'm going to get this stunt if it kills me and everyone involved in this production. Dan, I've got health and safety for you. Welcome. Thank you, health and safety. Onwards.
But it's absurd in a really quiet type of humor. There's no laugh track in this, which is a huge plus for me. I hate shows with laugh tracks. None of the jokes are gonna be these big boisterous things. It's all going to be stuff that you're gonna have to pay attention to, and if you pay attention to the show and you really let everything sink in, it's genuinely a really f***ing funny show. I also want to point out that one of the highlights for me is the fact that Daniel Bruhl plays the director, and he's kind of like an artsy director that's out of place on a set basically equivalent to what's producing a Marvel movie.
Let's fuck!
What?
Apologies, I just tried something new. And action.
And the fact that Marvel feels like the butt of the joke the entire time, and Daniel Bruhl played Baron Zemo in Marvel films, feels so justified. And look, I've already seen reviews for this show, and not all of them are as positive as the glowing review that I can give it. But to be completely honest, I feel like this is the kind of show that if you like humor that's not over the top or slapstick, if you like humor that you have to pay attention to, if you like this kind of stuff. You have to be into the production, and I assume if you're following me, it's because the production and the drama that goes behind making these films and franchises happen. I can only assume it's because that interests you, and to be completely honest, this feels like that kind of show. Like it was almost made by the people that report on this kind of stuff.
Tecto can be a new beginning. We're gonna restore this franchise to what it was.
It's content time!
By the second and third episode, it's already really well underway, and like I said, characters play off well with each other, and the main thing that I really like about it is that it feels so true to the kind of shit that we're hearing come out of these big studios.
Cameo day.
A more famous hero from a bigger movie turns up for 3 minutes and then leaves.
But on top of that, there's no agenda to be pushed here. There's no hidden message. Nobody is trying to attack the fans. It's satire. It is so clever. It is such a brilliant way of poking fun at this stuff. And it at no point wants to feel like, oh, they were poking fun, but it's a love letter to Marvel. No, it genuinely feels like they're making fun of all this shit in a really gentle but very genuine way. Personally, I thought it was a fantastic show, and I waited. I got through every episode of it. I watched an episode every week, and I waited to make sure that it ended as well as it began, because I really didn't want to come on here and endorse it and tell you guys to watch it and have it end on a shit note. I thought the last episode was genuinely one of the funnier ones of the entire season. I would say the last 3 episodes are genuinely some of the best episodes in TV that I have seen in a very long time. It's so rare that I watch something lately and think this is quality and I want to tell other people about it. But to be completely honest, the franchise is so fucking good and felt so true to the stuff that I come on here and talk about weekly with you guys, that I genuinely feel that most of you would enjoy it. Personally, I think it's worth watching. If you do watch it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, kind of an odd video, considering I usually come on here to bitch about things, but this is a quality show and I feel like more people need to see it because I think it really speaks to the reality of film production that we're seeing happen today. And that's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, be sure to check me out on Instagram, and if you'd like to support me, this channel, and my content creation, do check out and consider subscribing to my Patreon for exclusive photo shoot sets and cosplay content. I'll add links to all of those in the description below. And if you watch any of the franchise at all, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below.